Thank you, friends from Dublin. Mary Jane, will send it back to you for small groups.
Okay, thank you, Mark. So I do notice that our numbers are dropping off a little, and that's partly because it's the middle of the night now for many people in other parts of the world. But I would love it if we could take some time in smaller groups, keeping the space very open to think about what you've heard so far, what you heard in today's session, which things resonated with you that you feel you could really relate to as part of your story, what's happening with you in centering prayer or in your own community, and also which things didn't seem to resonate and you wonder more about, that you think it would be helpful to explore more questions around that. There's a favorite quote I have that I've used many times in my life. I think Rabbi Herschel, I think, is who this is from. A person raises themselves to God by the questions they ask. Person raises themselves to God by the questions they ask. And so, and another beautiful line, I think, as well, it's from Dear Thomas again. The unknown is actually where God is. Right? So I think this session, if anything, if we come out with more questions that we need to explore, that's a good thing. We need to understand what it is that we don't know and how we can continue to explore those questions. So in your small group, I know I'm rambling a bit, but the idea is, what is it you still feel is unknown about how we can continue to walk through this new world together, the world of Zoom, the way things are changing, what is the role of local, what is the role of local community geographic-based groups versus online groups? Some of the questions that have been evolving, I think, for many of us. So if you could just take time in your group to reflect on what you've heard and talk together 2 or 3 important points that you think we still need to continue to explore, and then come back to the main group ready to share that back with us. I think that will really help our conversation. It's not about getting answers, but continuing to understand the questions. Is this clear as mud? Remember, I'm equal parts water and mud. So if that's the way it feels, then talk in your group about whatever you want to talk about, and then bring your stories back to us.